let's take you to the Western Cape now, where Democratic Alliance leader John Steenhuisen will lead a march in Mitchell's Plain against what the party says is Police Minister Bheki Cele's so-called safety grab. Steenhuisen will be joined by the DA's mayoral candidate for the city of Cape Town, Geordin Hill-Lewis, and other members. Let's get the latest now on this story. Athi Mtongana is our reporter following it. Athi, good morning to you. So explain to us exactly what this safety grab is all about.
Well, Polly, I do have the leadership of the Democratic Alliance leading this march, and I'd like them then to explain why we're marching in Mitchell's Plain this morning. John, you're live right now on Newzroom Afrika. Can you talk to us about the main reason why we are on the streets this morning in Mitchell's Plain? We understand that this is essentially against the police minister's attempt, as you put it, to take over the local police here in...
Yes, absolutely. And if it wasn't for local policing initiatives here run by the Metro Police, run by the province through the LEAP program, crime would be a lot worse. If you speak to any one of the brigadiers at any of these stations, they'll tell you, without the LEAP program, it's going to be very difficult for them to fight crime. We've already seen nationally the government is unable to fight crime. Bheki Cele has failed the people of South Africa. He's failed the women of South Africa. Gender-based violence figures go up every year. They don't go down. Crime goes up. It doesn't go down. And now they want to take one of the few working parts of crime fighting, the Metro Police, and consolidate it with the terrible, non-working, inefficient, ineffective, under-resourced, under-equipped South African police service, and it's going to leave the people in South Africa vulnerable to crime and criminality even more. Why would you take something that's working and try and mix it with something that's not working? We should be doing it the other way around. We should be taking policing powers away from national and devolving it down to provinces and local government. That is international best practice about how we fight crime. Localized crime fighting is far more effective. Those people sitting in Pretoria with all that brass on their shoulders don't have a clue what's going on the ground here in Mitchell's Plain. Just this morning, a 4-year-old girl killed in gang crossfire. Just a few days ago, 3 execution-style killings happening here. Not enough police officers, no clue how to fight crime, no clue how to deal with the causes of fighting crime. Don't take the powers away from local. Give local more power.
Talking about local, I'm interested to find out what the DA stance is with the calls to make the Western Cape independent.
Well, we've said we don't support independence. We, however, do believe that people should have a right through referendums to make choices going forward. We believe in a devolution of power to provinces. We think that fighting for independence is a waste of energy. What we should be doing is focusing that fight on fighting for more powers, policing, transport, economic development, taxation, local government, water, electricity, to be devolved to cities that can do the work properly. We believe that if you did that right, you'd be able to do it. And the only reason you have an independence movement is because people in the Western Cape have tasted the DA government. You don't see a Free Limpopo or secede KZN. You're seeing it in the Western Cape because people have had a taste of good, clean, accountable government that delivers and gets things done, and they don't want to be part of the national government's failings. They feel it's holding people back. Our view is the opposite. We said we've got to bring DA government to every province in South Africa. So what the people in the Western Cape have, the rest of South Africa can have as well.
Now, as I let you go, John, I'm interested to find out what the party's view is with regards to the backlash that the city has received with passing the homelessness bylaw.
Well, I think you must be very careful about not being misled by the fake news that's being spread by some outlets, by some journalists. Every city has homeless bylaws. I would encourage you, my own home city in eThekwini has some of the most stringent bylaws against homelessness and misbehavior on the streets. I don't know why the DA is being singled out here. We're the only party that has homeless shelters. The city spends millions every year on social workers, getting people off the streets, off drugs, into places like the Kulenborg shelter in the city of Cape Town, dealing with homelessness. People must go and have a look at the other metros as well and see what their bylaws say. They'll find something very, very interesting.
Guys, sorry, we have to keep moving.
Yesterday, we can continue moving. Yesterday, the Minister of Water and Sanitation at the national level came down to try and meet up some of the residents in Khayelitsha who were complaining about the spillage of the sewage water. Do you feel that that was political grandstanding, given the fact that we are in the run-up to the local government elections?
Of course, and I think it would be great if he went and spent some time in Mfuleni, where you've got sewage running down the streets in nearly every single town. Spend some more time in provinces and cities run by the ANC, but you won't see that happening. But here's the thing, and as I've said many times, Cape Town works, but we've got to do more. There's a lot more that's got to be spent on infrastructure. There are faults in the system. There are pipes that are bursting. The infrastructure, because of people are flocking to the Western Cape because of the better life that's offered here, it's putting huge pressure on the services. And that's why our mayoral candidate, Geordin Hill-Lewis, is committed to spending billions of rand on upgrading infrastructure in the Western Cape and in the city of Cape Town particularly, so that we can avoid these type of things. We want people to have the dignity of good services, of good government. Cape Town works, but we've got more to do, and that's an admission that there's a lot more we want to do to make this place the most livable city in Africa.
Thank you so much for your time. The leader of the official opposition party, John Steenhuisen, outlining several views and as far as some of the issues that have been brought forward, particularly here in the Western Cape. But essentially what this march then is for, as he puts it, is to be essentially against what they call an attempt by the National Minister of Police, Bheki Cele, to take over the law enforcement here in the city of Cape Town. I'll leave it there for now. I'll leave back to you in studio.
Mtongana, thank you very much.